In this video, we're going to be talking about D major scale and arpeggios and chords that go with this scale. So far, hopefully up to this point, we're pretty comfortable with C and G. So we're going in what we call the order of these circle of fifths. So C was 0, sharps or flats. G major, if we go up a fifth, we added a sharp, so that is F sharp. And then now going up a fifth again to D, we add a second sharp, which whenever we're adding a new sharp, it's always at the end of the scale, or what we call the seventh leading tone of the scale. So C sharp, while still keeping F sharp from the previous scale that you learned. And then some other terms to eventually get familiar with. So the first note of the scale we call the tonic. The fifth note we call the dominant. Leading tone, which leads back to tonic. So tonic, dominant, leading tone. Those three words you'll encounter quite a bit in your books or private study. But yes, that can apply to other scales as well. So let's dive right in. So the fingering's going to be the same for D major. So we have right hand, thumb under, C sharp, 3, 2, 1. So keeping in mind again, having that flexible thumb. So we don't want to be doing this to get to the G. Not necessary, since for most of us, our thumb is pretty flexible going under the hand. So it's kind of like a reset. So notice as I hit that, my other part of the scale, it's ready to go with the fingers. And then going down, cross. So this one you don't have to reach as far, but just as a reminder, we're not doing the chicken wing arm. Going across, just use a flexible 3, cross over the thumb. All right, and then meanwhile, left hand has the same fingering as before. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is also another flexible 3 over. So this pivot point is really important. 3, 1, and reset the rest of the fingers. So that's something you could actually just practice on its own. Just getting used to the quick maneuver with the other fingers back on the rest of the keys of the scale. Similarly with the right hand too, just on its own. All right, but remember, when we're first learning a scale, slow is key. So definitely no rush on these. And then when we put it together, the same rule applies with the 3s together. 3s, 3s, 3s. And there you have it. All right, moving on to the chord progression. So we have from our previous C and G major scales, we had our 1, 4, 1, 5, 7, 1, which is written in many books, but it's always nice to add the 5 and then the 5, 7. So we have D major, G major, 4 chord. The 5 chord is A major, and then A7, 5, 7, more tension, release to the tonic, the 1 chord. So I find hand separate is best, of course. This one includes C sharp for the A major, so you're gonna have to reach in for this one. Add that 4th finger for the 7th of the chord. Really get that tension sound. Back to D major. So if we're isolating left hand, thumb extension, both the 3, 5 move down. So these are now E, C sharp. So pinky also a very short finger. So we're going to be a little further up here. And then 7 back to D major. So it might take a little while just practicing that hand separate approach for a bit, getting used to the shapes and getting to that new C sharp in that A major chord before trying it together. 1, 5, 5, 7, 1. All right, now lastly, we're going to go on to the arpeggio. So for C major and G major, since they're all white keys for the arpeggio, some people prefer that 5, 4, 2, 1 fingering in the left. 5, 4, 2, 1. That's me personally, but it doesn't work for everybody. So some people prefer the 5, 3, 2, because that matches 1, 2, 3, 5 in the other hand. So for D major though, since we have that black key in D major chord, it kind of makes more sense. So you see how this is very stretched. So it makes more sense to use 3 for this type of arpeggio. Just feels a bit better in the hand. So for right hand though, it'll stay the same fingering as the other scales and arpeggios. So we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. And keeping that wrist flexible, you're coming up, down. Allow that wrist to move up and down with the notes as you go, so that we're not like this or like that. So really tense. One note at a time, loosey-goosey wrist. And then putting it together. And that's D major for you.